are at Loud Cult headquarters in Stockholm with someone you already know, Adam Woods. Hello, Adam. How are you
Hello,
today?
Andres. Very good, very good.
So, we've seen Adam last year with Ark North and Jon Henrik Fjällgren, and now he's coming back solo.
Yeah, solo.
How does it feel?
Amazing. It feels really amazing. Ultimately, I was already like last year. I was thinking about it, just like I had done this thing, and it felt amazing, and I gave it my all. But ultimately, I was there. I was singing for Jon Henrik, and I was doing a performance which was ultimately not mine. It wasn't. I hadn't written the song, and it wasn't ultimately me. I wanted to make sure that Jon Henrik had his vision fulfilled, and that I, did everything to make that the best it could be. But now I get the chance to be me and to show who I am, and to show a song that I've made and a performance that I've made. So I'm super excited.
Oh, that's great. About your song now, who did you write the song with?
I wrote the song with a dear friend of mine named William Segerdahl, who actually did the last year's song as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he did Where You Are with Kalle Hellberg, who's also on the song. So him and Kalle are both, and Kalle is my A&R actually at this publishing.
Mm-hmm.
So they jumped in a session with me and Jona Hall. And Jona is also an old friend. So we just had a really good time. We literally went into the studio. I think we called the the lyrics note. We called it like the winning song,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't because we had already written it. It was literally beforehand. But we went into the studio, and we just had this vibe, this feeling that okay, this is going to be something special. We didn't know why. I knew I had a story to tell, and William had brought up some chords, and I was like, yes, this is perfect. This is going to work, and let's just start writing, and let's just make it work. And it came out really fast, and ultimately became really good.
You gave me a good lead in. I was thinking of asking you what is your aim for this year's competition, but are you aiming for the win of Melodifestivalen or for winning the hearts of the people that hear to your song?
I think both. Ultimately, I wanna make a mark, right? I want people to feel something truly special. I want everyone to feel what I felt when I wrote the song, and everything that I've done up to this point has been with the idea in mind that I'm gonna make something truly special, and with that in mind, to win the contest as well. But I want ultimately, if I've done that and I've made someone feel like, ooh, this is unique, this is new, and I haven't felt this before, then I'm actually done. I'm happy with that. But ultimately, I do want to win, and I'm giving it my all. I'm doing everything. I'm pulling out all the stops.
This year it's a star-studded contest after the win of Loreen. Is there anyone you really expect to listen to their song?
I've actually heard a lot of the songs already.
Really?
But without saying anything about, without listening to any of the songs, I can tell you what I felt before I had heard any of them. And even then, I was like, I wonder what Danny's gonna do, just because the songwriters are idols of mine. Like John Martin and Michel Citron are both like idols when it comes to songwriting. And to have them on Melfest doing a song, I'm just itching to find out what it's going to sound like, and I think it's going to be really good. So I'm really psyched to hear that. And obviously Marcus Martinez, we were friends since last year, and I'm super excited to hear what they do as well. But more than that, like, there's just so many big names this year. Like Dotter, and you've got Samira Victor is going to be amazing. Smash are just like, who knows what they're gonna. I know they've pulled out all the stops on their performance too. So it's going to be really just cool to see everything.
And you're in the first heat, but opening the whole show, the entire tour of Melodifestivalen. How does it feel?
It's crazy. I honestly thought that Samira Victor was gonna open, just because they have that fan base and people know who they are. I'm like, nobody knows who I am. Why should I open? And but I'm really just so honored. I didn't realize that it was even a possibility, but now that I am, it just feels like just such a, because like you said, it's a star-studded year. It's full of huge names, and to be able to be the opening firing shot of that is so cool, and hopefully I make myself worthy of that position.
Mm-hmm. A few days ago, I've seen one of your stories that you were dancing a dance routine with Charlie Stern, a dancer choreographer.
Yeah.
Are we gonna see something like this in your appearance, or?
Yeah, the thing is, so the stuff with Charlie was completely out of Melodifestivalen. So it's just because I want to get comfortable with the idea of learning choreographies fast, because I haven't done that. I haven't been an artist. I've danced, and I know how to dance, but I certainly don't know how to learn choreographies that fast.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do that, and that's outside of Melfest. But what's going to be on stage is dancing, but it's a lot more. It's a lot more about expression, because again, I want people to feel what I felt when I wrote the song, and everything that I've felt since then. So I wanted every move that I make to be an extension of the song, and an extension of the feeling that I wanted people to feel. Not to mention interacting with everything on stage. I mentioned to you, I think last time we spoke, that I wanted it to feel immersive. And to make it feel truly immersive, I have to be part of that environment, and I have to be part of the performance.
Do you have props?
I won't give that away, but
Okay.
but it's not about. I will say that it's not about props. So I won't be having any dancers, and I
Okay.
won't be, and the stage is going to be very, very simple. And the reason it's very simple is because I want people to feel like this is just me. It's just the song, and it's raw and it's naked. Even though it's this big bombastic EDM banger, it's still that close to your heart, you know?
Mm-hmm. And what's your expectation about your participation this year? Do you aim for anything in specific apart from the win?
I don't know. Ultimately, again, I want people to feel something, and then from there, after this whole thing, I want people to, in 3 years' time, look back at this performance and go, "Oh, imagine if we could do that. That'd be really, really cool." Right? I want that kind of a mark, and I hope that kind of a mark could also be a contributor in my international career. So Melfest is the only thing that matters to me right now at this very moment, because I need to be focused on making this the best. But during this year, I've also been planning a lot about what comes next, because I think I'm only going to do this once. This is probably my one and only time, and I want to make it amazing, and then I want to take everything that happens here and I want to push it forward and be able to launch an international career. So this is a stage one in a long line of.
So this is your plan, the international.
I think so.
launch,
Yeah, I think
say.
the EDM world in Sweden is, even though we've got big names, like we've got Alan Walker, you know, we've got those kinds of names, but ultimately the combination of a singer and producer in the EDM world hasn't really come out of Sweden yet, and I'm really excited to be that sort of that first shot into that world. And I think there's room for it in not just in EDM world, but in the festival and even pop world to get someone that involved with the music. So I have no idea what's going to happen after, and I don't know how long it's going to take. But the ultimate goal is to get those major international stages, and the ultimate goal is not to stay in Sweden. No.
Mm-hmm. I think that we didn't have a pure EDM entry ever in Melodifestivalen. Mostly there were pop, dance, and
Yeah.
yours is EDM purely.
I wouldn't say purely. I have a version of this song, which I'm going to release just after the final, which is going to be pure, like a full-on
Extended
drop.
version
Yeah,
stuff,
exactly.
okay.
And it was important to me that the song come first, not the production. So, and that's why it's not full-on EDM, and that's why I haven't allowed it to go fully that way. And I think rather it's not that I held back to adjust for Melfest, but it's rather I didn't adjust for a workout playlist and a festival thing and this and that and that. I adjusted for the song, and the song needed to feel intimate, and it needed my voice to be there the entire time. But again, I did make a version pretty soon thereafter, which is just absurd. Like it's huge, and it's just like constantly feeding you with like the hardest drums that it can, and it's massive in a completely different way. And that one's got like a 40-second drop in it. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that on stage. It doesn't work, and ultimately you might lose that immersive feeling.
And you have the 3 minute limit, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I don't have all the time in the world to do anything either. So again, it's about the song and it's about making that. But the instrumentation, the synths and the drums, they're all very, very EDM. I haven't made a pop song and called it EDM. It's an EDM song that I've made work in this form. But ultimately, yeah, it's pretty much pure EDM.
Yeah, there were many people that were waiting for you to come back, and they're now waiting for your song to come out. So, a message to them, what would you tell them?
There's so much to look forward to. I mean, honestly, I'm so excited for you all to hear it, and please do look at every detail of it. There's nothing there that doesn't have to be there. So if you see it, then you can read stuff into it, and I'm really, really excited to hear what you guys think, and let me know, because I'm just a DM away.
Thank you so much, Adam, for that.
Thank
and see
you.
you in a few days.
We will.
In Malmö.
Saturday. Let's go.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.